Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be covering some changes I have made to the Minecraft 1.21 update. But before we jump into this video, I do quickly just want to say, I am currently ill, I've got a sore throat and a cold, so if I sound a bit different, that is most likely why. So the first change comes in with the Woodland Mansion. And the change here is you have to head inside, so let's find the entrance, which is down here. And we need to head up to the second or third floor, because the change here is with the evokers. So let's try and find ourselves an evoker. We just have to explore around. They are more common on the third floor, so let's maybe head up there, as then it's a better chance to find them. Is there any in here? There's a skeleton, but no evokers. So I found an evoker, and the change here is when you kill them, they will no longer drop Totem of Undying. Instead, when you kill them, they have a 50-50 chance to drop a new item. And that new item is that right there. They now drop a totem key, which you can only obtain from killing them. They can also possibly be found within the chests of the Woodland Mansion. I think that would be also another way to find them. But the reason it's not a 100% guaranteed chance is because of raid farms, so they can't be farmed as easily as totems can be. So what does this key do? Well, you can see inside of that room right there. They will now have a chance to spawn vaults within the Woodland Mansion. Every room has a chance to spawn one in, I think would be a good change. Maybe there's like a 25% chance for most rooms, and some rooms could have maybe a 50 to 100% chance. And basically when you open this, it will consume the key, and it will give you a Totem of Undying. Now, the reason I think this change is good is because it then makes Totems of Undying something that players can't just use for the fun of using them. You have to know when to use them, otherwise you will waste them. And now that I've opened this, another player can come and open it as well to get their own totem. So raid farms are still useful because you can get keys from the raid farm, but they are not as useful because you can't just straight up farm totems. Meaning that to get totems, you have to loot a whole Woodland Mansion and find every vault. And once you've done that, so let's say there is maybe an average of 5 to 10 vaults per Woodland Mansion, you would then have to go to another Woodland Mansion thousands of blocks away to get more. The reason I think this is a good change is it then makes them renewable for multiplayer worlds, but it also makes them valuable again, rather than having them in raid farms where players can get thousands of them within a few hours, if that. I kind of miss the point in Minecraft where if you had a Totem of Undying, people in PvP would try to avoid you or try to be more tactical. And then also people with totems would be more tactical as well, because they knew that if they died, they would lose their totem and not have a shulker box full of them in a ender chest that they could then just replenish. It would then also make hardcore worlds a lot more hardcore because players wouldn't be able to revive themselves as easily. Now, as for the vaults inside the Woodland Mansion, they could be given a new custom texture to fit in with the Woodland Mansion. Infinite, who helps me with the mods and textures, did make a texture, and I'll throw it on screen. We couldn't get it working, and eventually when we do make this a downloadable mod sometime when 121 releases, then we'll implement that properly with the custom vault texture. If you're not aware, this is just a normal vault with the loot table changed to a totem to drop, and then the key is the totem key. But I think these would also be good. Maybe the higher you go, the more guaranteed they are to spawn. So if you're on the third floor, maybe every room has one. Whereas if you're on the second floor, each room has maybe a 25% chance. If you're on the bottom floor, maybe every room has like a 10% chance. It would then encourage going up into the Woodland Mansion more, where there are more evokers and vindicators. So that is the first thing that I have adjusted within this. The second thing comes in with the end, and you might get where I'm going with this. So first of all, you need to kill the Ender Dragon, which the fight is not changed at all. The only thing that has changed is what the dragon drops. So I've got myself a mace, so we can pretty much one-hit the dragon. And it didn't perch, so let's head and break more of the crystals so it then perches. The mace means nothing here. The only reason I'm using the mace is so we can one-hit it rather than just hitting it and taking a load of hits. And it's also fun to mess around with a mace. So I'm doing this command to teleport myself 500 blocks in the air, because then I will slowly fall. Maybe 500 blocks is a little bit too much because the dragon will probably move from the perch before I get down, and it does, so let's maybe lower that to 300. So the dragon is now currently perching. Let's teleport ourselves up into the air so then I can fall down. Hopefully 200 blocks isn't too high, and it would help if I didn't miss. There we go, we got rid of the dragon, and it dropped the item we want it to drop. which is right there. Now, this is the ender key. This has a 100% drop rate from the dragon, so every time you kill the dragon, it is guaranteed that you'll get one of these. Now, don't forget, these can be renewed because the dragon can be respawned using the end crystals. So every new player that wants a key can come here, respawn the dragon, and fight it. Now, you may be wondering, what would this key do? Well, if we head to the outer end, some of you may have guessed what this key would do. But we need to locate ourselves a end city. While hunting around looking for an end city, I found this. Just some flying shulker. I have no clue why it's here, and I also can't punch it, although it is technically there because it has a collision box, and I can also stand on it. That's really weird. I don't know if that's a Minecraft bug or if that's a fabric bug. And we have finally found a end city with a ship. I have searched, I think, like 10 end cities and haven't found a single one that had a ship. So now we've finally found this one. The change is inside of here. So if we head inside, as you can see, the change here is the item frame has been replaced with a vault. So once again, the player can open the vault, and each player can open the same vault to get their own elytra. The reason for this change is then multiplayer servers won't have to reset their end as regularly as they normally would, so new players could get elytras. But it then also does mean that if players want more than one elytra, they have to go to more than one ship, which is the case anyway. So if we click the key onto this vault, you'll see that a elytra is popped out of it. You can then take your elytra and go and either get another key, or you can go home with a one elytra. It then makes the elytras a little bit harder to get because you have to kill the ender dragon for every key you want. I was going to give the key as a drop for shulkers, but I thought then it once again doesn't fix the problem of making it renewable because shulkers don't respawn. You can make a farm for them, but then you have to go completely out your way to make the key renewable. With the ender dragon, you only need a few end crystals, which is some ghast tears, glass, and then also some ender eyes, I think. But this is two of many ways the vault could be implemented into other structures. The biggest problem with the vault is the key item. Now, there could be an option to have no item, so when you just click on it with any item or an empty hand, it will open the vault, but not consume what you are holding. That would work in cases like this where maybe a key isn't the best thing to do, and it would then make vaults work in every single structure. They could just have a block tag where you set like the tag for it and it will change texture depending. Because once again, it does look a bit odd, that vault just sitting in an end city. I think it would be cool if maybe it was like a shulker head at the top with then maybe some purple in it. But I definitely think the vault could be implemented into other Minecraft structures, and I really hope they do consider this in future updates, as it makes the game so much harder but easier. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments, and let me know how well you think it's been implemented. And also, what other structures do you think the vault could fit into? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.